Hi guys, it's Adam Paul Seagram here, spiritual teacher, master teacher of manifesting and prosperity and abundance and divine avatar of love. This is a challenge that we all have to learn in this world is how to love. It starts with ourselves. And I give thanks. If you want to have a session with me, I'm highly intuitive. I'm really good at what I've been doing this most of my life. And I'm also an artist, piece of my work behind me. So I've had to earn my living. I've earned my living beautifully all of my life being an artist and writing metaphysical books. You can look me up on the internet, Adam Paul Seagram, at Art and Awareness. And my books are available sometimes on Amazon used because they're all sold out, but I'm writing a new one, which will be out so hopefully this year. I'd like some support in that. And I give thanks that I have it. So everything falls into place when the time is right. That's kind of what we're about nowadays. The world looks like it's falling apart, but things are actually falling into place. But the old stuff has to clear out first. And the old unsustainable programming that we received eons ago as human beings were designed to keep us limited and keep us small. And let me tell you something, we're not small. There's more of us than those controlling forces who are dark energies who just wanted to use our energy by having our attention busy and on other things and keeping us working and busy and sort of enslaved to a system. So that's evolving now and it's changing now. And the dark forces are crumbling and falling away. You're going to see this big time the next few months. This summer, here's my prediction. This summer is going to be wild, especially the months of June and July. This country is going to be the United States is going to be on fire with change, okay? And don't worry about it. It's all going to come out well. But we must hold the love and the light for everybody at all times and promote the love and light. Despite what we see, it's a show. Yeah, it's interesting. But don't get involved and engaged in the show like, oh my God, the sky is falling. It's not. To some it may be, because they can't practice the lack of integrity anymore. That energy is no longer available, does not support them anymore. So we're here to support love and light and step out of the way. Don't step on the hole with the rest of them, okay? So I'm telling you, it's all going to be okay. Even this big deal election in the United States, only light can prevail, and people that can actually help us get back to the light in every way. And I was watching a movie the other night a couple times recently about the Civil War, and I don't really like to watch violence, but I saw that the aftermath of the Civil War, which is what we're in now. We're in the United States of America is having its second Civil War, okay? But it's a psychological war. It's not about, obliterating others with guns. That's already been done. That didn't work out so well, okay? So it's about the transition that we're in. And so those who are unhappy with the system are people who are unhappy anyway. You got to get that. You got to get that. Like, just let them, they'll figure things out or not. That's not our job to fix them anymore. It might have been at one time. But we can help by sending them love and light and being forgiveness and having compassion and get out of the way. Just stay out of the way. We're moving into a higher dimensional field. We're going from 3D to 5D. And our bodies are being worked on by the solar flares when the sun and the solar winds from our sun, the god of our universe, the sun. And it's upgrading our DNA, what scientists call it junk DNA. We have 12 solar strands of DNA. We've had 2 activated. The others were deactivated long ago to keep us controlled and to keep us from waking up and knowing that we're actually one with God. And we have all that is in God is in us, okay? We are emanations of the divine. We are divine beings. We are not dust of the earth. We're done being with that, okay? So we're much bigger than that. So act big and act love. And don't put up with anything else. Say, no thanks, I'm not interested, okay? So we want to move into a space of emanating love and just being love and loving ourselves and doing it as much all the time. We're going to move into a space of love. So this going from 3D, which is a carbon-based bodies, we are now being activated. The other 10 solar strands are being activated by the sun, this DNA from the sun. That's why they want to block out the sun. They don't want us to get it. They can't block it out. What they're doing is minuscule compared to what's really happening in our galaxy, in our universe, and in a divine way. So we're getting... our response is to know that... I'm telling you, the response is to know that we are... Our other DNA strands are being activated. They're being activated into crystalline light bodies. We're moving into the age of light. We're moving into the age of Aquarius, which is about the age of light. The old age of the Piscean age has ended. So now things are going to happen real fast, especially with these eclipses this year. You watch what happens after the next eclipse and through the months follow. The stuff that looks like threatening is going to just fall up. It may look threatening right up to the last minute, and then it's going to just crumble. It's almost like I see a statue, stone statue, hard cold, and its from its knees down, the support system crumbles and it just falls to the ground. It's over. It's done. So put it to bed in your mind and just know that love and light is happening, and practice that at all times. And allow for the light bodies. We're going to be in a much better place. We're all becoming more psychic, more in tune. And because this thing we call God, I always say it's not the old man in the sky that judges some and rewards others with a long white beard. It's you. It's me. It's us. There is unity in the universe, in oneness. We are the unity consciousness of God emanating on earth as humanity. It's time. The old thing isn't working. It's over. It's run its course. The energy that supported suppression and repression and convolution isn't there anymore. So those who are still trying to hold that up and prop that up are going to be sorely disappointed. They're terrified of us waking up because there's so much more of us than them. And the power for light is always greater than darkness. And the darkness would have, if it were on equal footing, we would have blown ourselves up a long time ago. That's not going to be allowed either. So don't even bother. Don't worry about those threats. They're not real. Okay, they're real, but they're not. They're just. It's like, go away. Not interested. Okay. So we're here to practice love and light and beyond to infinity and beyond. That's who we are. Okay, we are infinity. And this thing called God is within us. It's in our toroidal heart, at the center of our being. So we're moving from the age of mind, ego, into heart, compassion, wholeness, oneness, unity, balance for all. What happened here with this thing we call the fall from the Garden of Eden, the fall from grace, was that these dark entities who decided the earth was ripe for the picking disempowered the feminine, disempowered the women, disempowered the female. And so that's why we're so far out of balance with wars and all this stuff. The patriarch system makes wars for profit. It's always for greed and profit. Always has been in some way. They want control and power. Well, they're losing control and power of all that because the feminine is the nature of the age of Aquarius. That's the balance. So you watch how the women step into governments and politics in this next season. They're going to shift everything, okay, back into balance. We all have the feminine and masculine within us. So that's out of balance too. Even the women that have gone totally overboard with feminism have gone masculine. So that's out of. So everything needs to come back into balance. Right now it's out of balance. We're going to come back into balance. The things of the chords of justice are out of balance. You got boom, something is or here. It's going to come back into balance. There'll always be contrast in this world of form because that's how it works. Okay? But when we choose light, we give it credulity to more light and openings for more light coming through us and others. So allow for that to happen. And those who want to act out, they're in fear and they're in anger and they're in pain. So everybody comes to this world to learn their lessons. It's a school of learning. And if we fix it for them, they're not going to learn their lessons, and they're going to have to come back on the wheel of karma and do it over and over and over again. Let them have their own lessons. Allow them to discover what they're doing wrong. You can give them a hand, or you can point out something if it's appropriate. But most people don't offer it unless they're asking. Okay? I mean, you could put it out there as a just general, peaceful allowance. I'm allowing you to do this. Like when we were kids, I had an allowance. I had to work for it. I did a lot. I mowed lawns. I shoveled walks. I had a newspaper route, big, heavy newspapers, and I was a little kid, and I think I carted about 50 some heavy. In those days, some was the Des Moines Sunday Register, were about that thick, and they weighed probably 10, 12 pounds a piece, maybe, I don't know. I carried all those in baskets on my bicycle in the snow. Sometimes my bicycle would slip in the ice and I'd go down. I'd pick up and I'd be wearing a scarf and snow everything. And but I did it, and I did well. And I earned my allowance. Well, I earned money, and I had a small allowance at home, but I had to vacuum and I had to clean and I had to do things to help around the house. I had a single mom because my dad died. She had to go to work, so I had to help. I made my own school lunches. I made my own breakfast. She had to go to work. And, she got home. It was dark and she was tired. And, she did what she could. And she gave me strong values and she loved me. It was hard for her, though. And, there's always a parent-child relationship. When she got older, I had to become the parent in some ways. She wanted to be taken care of in some ways. And I taught her to hug. She would never hug me when I was a little boy. If I fell down, I hurt myself. She said, "You be a man. You don't have a father, so you have to be a man." And I was really in big pain. And I learned to just, pull it together. But as she became older, she became softer, and I'd always give her a big hug, and she loved it. So we kind of have to hug people from afar these days sometimes, or even if you're brave enough to do it in person, great. Everybody needs love, and that's kind of the theme of this. Everybody needs love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, by the way, and it's the love of God, which is the love of self, of God in self, that gives us liberation and freedom from all the old torturous pains. We were told we weren't enough. We were told we were too small. We were told that we or maybe didn't have value. My mom I had to work or I didn't have value to my mom. That was where her values were. That's her standards. So I always learned to work, and I'm grateful because I could thrive in this world. But my work is taking a different direction now, doing this. And yours may too. So step back and know that things are transiting and transitioning. And it's really going to be big time in the next year, next 6 months for sure, really powerful. But by the end of the year, things are going to be in a way better place because with this new energy and new light coming, things are getting better every day. Okay, things are going to get easier every day, particularly for light workers. By the way, I do great coaching for light workers. Because I've done it for many years, and I know what you're going to encounter and what you need to do, and I'm really a good coach for that and anything else you might require. I just surrender to myself, to yourself, and our higher self. Here I am in my studio. This is my art studio, and I find that this time of year it's a really good place to do these talks. I live in a house that's so full of sunlight and light that it's almost impossible to set up a backdrop because I'm flooded with backlight, and I love living in this cathedral of light. But to do video, I have to come out here, which is just fine. So anyhow, remember, we're in transition. You're in transition. And the things are going to feel really weird, and I bet they already have at times. You think, what's going on? Don't worry, it's not you, it's the world. It's what's happening, and we are part of the world. We are one with the one thing that is all unity in all ways. We've tried division. Division no longer works. Unity is the answer. So connect with your higher soul, your higher self, and the God of your being, and know that there's something within you that is divine love. Invite divine love to harmonize all of your chakras and to balance your life in harmony and to be at peace with results, and know that better things are always coming and you don't have to accept less. There's a transition coming. You might have to do something you don't like for a little bit while longer, but make a decision on what you really want to do and what you love to do. Focus on that and affirm that daily, and know that you are peace and you are love and you are light. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.